You've got the strategy, the team, the budget, but your marketing still feels stuck. I've been there. I've spent 9 years in marketing, launching campaigns, managing teams, trying to scale. Then I built and sold an AI startup. Now from Silicon Valley, I run Fortify.com, where we help companies automate their marketing efforts with AI. I've helped many companies to save hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing efforts and to scale actually marketing operations with AI. This video is a full guide on what AI marketing is, how it works, and how you can start implementing these systems in your business. Let's start to identify what AI marketing is. And this presentation you can download after that, understand how AI marketing works, the framework which I personally used, which I used for many projects for my clients, and of course the offer how we can work together. So let's start. What AI marketing is? It's simply digital marketing with applying AI in some processes. For example, something that was before done by human or even was done by some programs now could be done with AI. When you think of digital marketing, you probably think about these areas of marketing. It's like email marketing, social media marketing, paid media ads. To identify what is AI marketing, you need to understand that to all of these parts we can add AI. How we can do that and for what we can do that: increase customer targeting and segmentation, personalization at scale, predictive analysis, it's campaign optimization, also it's lead scoring and sales enablement. For example, in my company Fortify.com, the main thing which really the most customer like to come and to ask to implement AI into that process is chatbots and customer service, especially lead qualification. So for example, for real estate company, we were qualifying leads over AI calls. Or for example, for different e-commerce brands, we do customer support service through AI, without any humans in need. So now we apply simply AI, artificial intelligence, to these processes to do faster everything. With AI, it's just crazy good how personal your emails could be, how it analyzes the information around your customer, about your lead or target. Then it also creates this icebreaker or some message which is really will touch your ideal customer profile, and that will lead them to answer. The next step is how AI marketing works. Let's start with paid ads area, because I know that this is the main source of growth for so many businesses. So sometimes there is a small businesses, and sometimes even business owners manage all of that things to have the best performance possible. They usually have some additional help. They used to pay to different agencies for management of advertising campaigns. If you have a small budget, it would cost you about $1,000+. If you have a bigger budget, $5,000+, it will cost you 15, 20, 25% of advertising budget just for management. In marketing for 9 years so far, and I started back to Amsterdam as a media buyer. So I was the one who was setting up campaigns across Meta, Google, and so on. And I feel that problem. That's why even today I started the presentation from that. In order to maximize the return of investment for advertising, you have to do all of that work manually. But not today, because after we validated the problem, I decided to build my third startup. Who followed me and who already subscribed to this channel, people know that I'm a startup founder. I previously built 2 startups. This is my third startup right now. I had 1 exit in AI in future of work. Right now also optimizing work with AI. So this time we are building AI for media buying. This is how it's possible to have AI digital worker which will execute your campaigns across different channels. Right now it's available for Google Ads, so you can try it if you want, if you are the marketer or business owner who really struggle with that, because our customers, they receive even better performance of the campaigns that was managed by humans, because AI can deeply analyze everything what is going on inside of the campaigns. For us, it's just insane. We thought that it would be a cool product, but right now we're also surprised. In this side of media buying, of paid ads, we can apply AI. Of course, there is a lot of different companies in this space. Maybe they are doing not the same things which I explained to you, but they could optimize, for example, like direct outreaches, or they can create the creative part instead of you. Some companies are doing advertising creatives. This is the part where you don't need anymore to hire a designer to create advertising creatives for your campaigns, so you can just leverage some tools. When we are talking about AI marketing, let me talk from my experience. we are not just talking about using some tools. We are talking about, in general, changing the whole workflow, how it was done before and how you are doing it right now. If before you were setting up some email campaigns through MailChimp, right, it's still like semi-automated, but still you are doing some manual work. So what if you think about like the whole process from the very beginning till the very end, and the whole process would be managed by AI? So this is where really great AI marketing comes in. And great AI marketing is not the same for every company. For this, you need AI marketing systems. And you can implement them in different areas. And of course, you can even then combine those areas. But today, I really would like that you will focus on at least one area. Then once you already optimize that area, you can go to another one, and then you can connect all dots together, and then you will create a seamless process of AI optimization of your marketing processes. And that's where AI marketing comes in. For AI marketing, for example, you can use such tool like Instantly AI to write personalized cold email based on your leads company or your LinkedIn profile. You of course can automatically A/B test subject lines, follow up with leads automatically, and send emails at the best time. For paid ads, look at our tool at this.com to automatically move budget away from unperforming ads. For example, you can analyze which keywords on your Google search campaign is performing well or not, and it would be automated. Then it provides AI insights, help you to understand. But the best part, to be honest, is that it has conversational interface, which is meaning that you can control your AI workers through just a conversation. Meaning that you can ask any data, you can ask to execute anything what you want inside of your campaign. And then for social media marketing, you can use such tools like Flick Social to set up weekly posting plan that AI handles everything from post creation to publishing across platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You also can upload your media assets once, and then AI creates and schedules the entire month of the posts. Do not try to automate everything at once, because you will not succeed in this. You have to pick the area that costing you the most time and money right now. You have to think about what costs you a lot. You are spending on that a lot of time. Step number 2, you have to calculate your current cost. How much time and money you are currently spending on this marketing function? How much per week you spend hours? What is the hourly rate of the person who is doing it? If it's you, what is your hourly rate? If it's your employee, what is their hourly rate? Any tools you're already paying in order to help you with that process, it's also like additional cost. And then opportunity cost of tasks that you can't do because of this work. So for example, if you spend 10 hours of tweaking the content, managing advertising campaigns, you can spend either with your family, finding new customers, investing in your personal brand, recording such videos like this one. Subscribe to this channel because this is a community of people who would like to grow with AI and to benefit and monetize on AI, even if you don't have a technical skills. For example, personally, I am not a technical person, I'm a marketer, so you can look at my experience and you look at my example and you can understand that this is possible. You have to select the right AI tool. This is the very beginning where you can start, like without creating all of that workflow, like creating the complex things, which for example at Fortify we are doing for different companies. Big companies come to us and they would like to transform the entire process inside of the company, or they would like to bring AI technology inside of their company to increase the valuation of the company. Some of our clients was successfully sold, like acquired by other companies. The valuation of them increased so huge because they have AI capabilities, which we brought to them by Fortify and by working with our team. You can select the right tools. For example, for emails, you can set up Instantly AI for automated follow-ups. For advertising, you can connect atlas.com. It's AI digital worker, AI ads manager for your advertising accounts. For socials, you can upload content library to flick.social. I know that there is a tons of different tasks where you need AI. Or you can even think through your daily life and think like, oh, is it possible to automate this with AI? And I'm sure that it's possible. That's an AI for that. This is a link to the, let's say, browser of different AI agents and different AI tools for any task. So you can just type the name of the task there and it will bring you hundreds of different tools, and you can select based on reviews, marks, price, based on wherever you want. This is like how you can find what you need in a minute. Step number 4, test your workflow. How right now it performs with AI. Set up the email campaigns, advertising, social, depends where you implemented AI. After that, you have to to measure the result. What was the process when you didn't have an AI and what it looks like right now when you have AI? In order the process wouldn't be broken, you have to count the time saved, track hours before and after, track performance improvement, open rates, cost per click, CTR, conversions, and then cost reduction, total cost before and after. For example, if before you were using, let's say, 3 or 5 different tools in total, which cost you like $200, and now you're using like one tool which costs you $20, $50, so it's already like some savings. And this is the way to count the value of that. The next one is misconception about AI in marketing. I need to break them. That AI replaces people. I already told you. If you are not using AI, then yes, it could replace you. Depends what is your level of seniority, skills, and expertise. If you would like to know more about AI in marketing, you also can find some registration to the course which I provide to different people, especially agency owners, business owners, and marketers who would like to understand deeply how AI works from the very beginning and foundation in order to understand everything what is going on, not only like in this current stage, also like how you can create the workflows, be the person who can set up and transform marketing by your own, setting up all of that system. So if you're interested in that, also find the link below. The next misconception is that AI is only for the big businesses. There are now AI solutions for startups, for small businesses, and for solopreneurs. Then is that AI is plug and play. This is not a plug-and-play thing. It's not a magic pill. It requires proper integration and ongoing optimization. Let's say that digital marketing without AI, it's like running your business back in 2017. Marketing with AI is the most obvious competitive advantage your business and every business can have right now. And as I promised, I can share with you my framework for Y Combinator, Alchemist Accelerator companies, for Techstar companies. We are using the same framework to implement AI into their workflow. You can, of course, click and find this AI implementation checklist here in this document. We will go through the framework, the 3-step process, the green light rule, identify what is the high frequency and high cost marketing tasks. The goal is to automate what costing you money and limiting your growth. The next step is validate. Of course, you have to validate everything what you've created. You have to calculate your return of investment for AI implementation. When we helped companies identify the AI opportunities, we first look at their total operational costs right now which they are spending for this process. For example, the current process formula, monthly cost, staff hours, hourly rate, plus software cost, plus training cost, and so on. And then this gives a total current monthly cost for running the process manually. So an AI implementation cost formula, it's monthly AI cost, because you know AI is not free, plus integration cost, and then setup cost, oversight staff hours, and hourly rate. So all of that, it would be your monthly AI cost if you implement this technology inside of your company. Now you can compare. If your currently monthly costs are significantly higher than what you would spend with AI, this is the area where you have to automate, because this process needs to scale. And once AI is implemented, increase the volume, outreaches, replies, whatever you want to do with this. If the costs are similar or AI would cost even more, this is not the thing, not the way what you need to do first. Sometimes I've heard and I've seen such things where AI really costs more to the company, AI implementation in the process costs more than it was before without AI. They are implementing it in such domains like data analysis, which really generates you priceless insights about your company or financials or strategic things. And in the beginning, it's so hard to identify what is the opportunity cost. Is it really benefiting us or not? For big companies, these strategic insights with AI, which you can analyze much deeper than humans, and everything that connects to data is huge. Even though if they cannot count what is really the value in the first 6 to 12 months, they usually really like investing in that because they know that if they have more data, they can make better decisions, which will drive the growth of the company in the trajectory of 3-5 years. Step number 3 is scale. Would it be beneficial for us, or we don't need to scale this process? If we don't need to scale the process, then we come back to the first step and we try to find the task where we will benefit from the cost saving and we will benefit from scaling the process. The conclusion. Now you have it all. We covered what AI marketing really is, focus on business fundamentals, and apply the green light rule before scaling. Only implement AI when you have high frequency process, clear return of investment about this potential, and a genuine scaling needs. If you have these 3 ticks, it means that you have a green light to implement AI in this process. If you need use case identification, strategy development, or workflow automation, you can contact us. And do not forget that all of these things and this presentation you can find in the link below. See you soon. Bye.